Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 40 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit BillHowe.com. And by the Conrad Trebas Foundation, Darlene Marcos Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
It's day 2 of Comic-Con, one of San Diego's biggest events of the year, and boy, is this city alive. We are coming to you live from the new Children's Museum downtown, where we've got a view of the crowds outside of the convention center. And so thank you for joining us for this super special KPBS Evening Edition. I'm Maya Tripulsi, and we've assembled a team to cover all things Comic-Con. Katie Anastas is live in the Gaslamp District, where she's been checking out all of the best things that you can do without a badge. And Alexander Wynn is live at the convention center with highlights from day 2 inside the sold-out event. So let's kick things off with Alex. Alex, tell us, what did you find at the con today?
Hey Maya, behind me, these booths each year will have Comic-Con exclusives, and they can be worth thousands of dollars. But for the true collectors, it's not about the resale value, but the joy and thrill of owning one. Along with the throngs of cosplayers and nerdy and geeky fandom, there's all the merch. Ramsey Nassar calls it instinctual, impulsive consumerism.
If it's limited or numbered, it makes it even tastier.
He's been coming to Comic-Con for 30 years and has gotten some valuable collectibles.
There were some early Captain America and Loki and Spider-Man Funkos, so I have a few of those. They're worth a few $1,000s now. Paid $10 for them. I'm a true collector, so I don't resell.
Oh my God, they're so unique. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get.
One of the hot items this year is the Labubu.
You can't find these anywhere. They're sold out on the internet, they're sold out at Pop Mart, they're sold out everywhere, and they're exclusively now at Comic-Con. I can't find them anywhere else, so I came here strictly for these.
Larian Winsley is a 90s baby and grew up on the Furby and Troll era, and these remind her of her childhood.
The Spider-Man, Azrael, Tank Girl, and Herbie. Now, it's not for everybody, for sure, but I'm definitely one of those that I get a smile on my face when I come home and I see all the things that I've amassed throughout my nerddom.
It is really just for me. I'm a big Hello Kitty fan, and they have a Hello Kitty exclusive today, so I went for that.
Hey, we're at the Funko booth, and what you're looking at is the limited edition Retro Robin in a clamshell. This is what the original 2010 Robin looks like. And of all the people we talked to today, they say, you know, the collector items bring them joy, and it is a memento of all the Comic-Con experiences they've had. Live at the convention floor, I'm Alexander Wynn, KPBS News.
Well, thanks so much, Alex. The convention center isn't the only place where fans can enjoy Comic-Con. There is so much to do with no badge required. KPBS reporter Katie Anastas is live in the Gaslamp with more on the free experiences happening downtown. Katie, what can you show us?
Hi, Maya. Well, as you can see behind me, there's plenty to see outside of the convention center. There's also plenty to do, and we took a look at some of the activations outside of the convention center today. We talked to some dedicated fans who were ready to wait in line for these immersive experiences. 11-year-old Jerome Johnson and his dad were in line for the Percy Jackson experience.
I read the books, I saw the show, it's great. I love the author. It's just really fun and intriguing.
They got in line at 8:30 this morning. 3 hours later, they were still in line and expected to be there for a while longer.
You've got to be dedicated. It's a good 4 or 5 hour thing. So 5 hours for a 10-minute thing. I like it, so I'm going to stay. But it's good. It's fun.
Immersive experiences throughout the Gaslamp draw fans with or without Comic-Con badges. There are plenty of photo ops and even sweet treats. The Lilo and Stitch experience is across the street from the convention center.
Fans, when they come into this experience, they get to see a gigantic inflatable Stitch, which everyone's been taking their pictures with, and then they go to a station where everybody who comes through gets a lei. So it's a little bit of Hawaiian spirit. We move over to our digital photo op where people can stand on the surfboard with Stitch and relive that iconic surfing moment from the film. And then the final stop is where everyone gets free Dole Whip or Hawaiian shaved ice.
Farther up Harbor Drive, fans of Doctor Who can explore alien artifacts in UNIT's Black Archive.
UNIT is the in-universe paramilitary organization within Doctor Who that helps the Doctor through his journeys and adventures through time and space. And they have this top secret storage facility that houses all the alien artifacts that are left over. So we are opening it in San Diego so fans can come in, enjoy, be part of UNIT, and explore all the fun Easter eggs we've got hidden in there. Doctor Who has such a rich history within the last 60 years. It's the longest running sci-fi show in the world. So just making something that feels really immersive, really cool, and really exciting that fans just haven't seen before has been such an amazing experience.
Many of these experiences open up at 10 a.m., though people get in line much earlier than that. The Johnsons over at the Percy Jackson experience suggested bringing plenty of water. We also saw people bring folding chairs and umbrellas. Though one thing you won't need is a badge. These are open to the public and free admission. Live in the Gaslamp, I'm Katie Anastas, KPBS News.
Good stuff, Katie. Thanks so much. And we have more Comic-Con coverage to come, including insights from our resident comic expert, Beth Accomando. She dug up an interview with a big director that's going to be at the convention this year. And while we're all about Comic-Con out here, we're also keeping an eye on what's happening around San Diego County. KPBS reporter John Carroll joins us now from the KPBS studio with a local news update. John.
Hey, Maya. Thanks. The city of San Diego is reviewing President Trump's executive order on dealing with homelessness. The order directs Attorney General Pam Bondi to reverse judicial precedents and end consent decrees that limit the ability of jurisdictions to relocate unsheltered people. A spokesman for the city of San Diego says at this point it doesn't appear anything in the order will change the situation here. Earlier this year, Governor Newsom urged California cities to enact homeless encampment bans. The city of San Diego has had one in place since June of 2023. The Department of Education says it will release more than $5 billion in frozen education grant funding next week, that being confirmed by NPR. About $50 million in federal funds promised to San Diego County school districts has been in limbo since July 1st. San Diego Unified School District Superintendent Fabi Bagula responded to the news. In a written statement, she said, "It is unfortunate that important education funds were held up and so much uncertainty was unnecessarily caused. We're happy it's finally over."
Thanks, John. And we are taking another live look from our perch here on the second floor balcony of the new Children's Museum downtown. And you can see the convention center right behind me. And every so often we see the trolley passing by, dropping people off, picking people up that are headed to Comic-Con. So the trolley is one of the easiest ways to get downtown during the convention. Just park at the station near you and take a ride. And Comic-Con isn't just a place for geeky fandom. It's also a space where artists, even young ones, just starting out, can further their careers. KPBS arts reporter Beth Accomando checks in with Little Fish Comic Book Studio and its Comic-Con Artist Intensive program.
It's Monday morning, and Alonzo Nunez is kicking off this year's Comic-Con Artist Intensive program.
Remember, we have today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to work on these things.
The intensive part is no joke.
So here at Little Fish Comic Book Studio, we are creating comic books. We've got dedicated students between the ages of 14 and 22, and they're going to create 3 to 4 page comics between now and Wednesday. They've got a theme that they're working on, but otherwise they've got carte blanche to do whatever they want. They are making work with the goal to have it finished and to be viewer ready for professionals.
Nunez has been running Little Fish Comic Book Studio for 13 years, and he wants his students to see that comics can be a viable career.
So guys, our theme for the year is reference and rememory.
And as far as I'm aware, the prompt comes from the novel Beloved, and it speaks about, I guess, the act of remembering and the ways in which memory and history affects us in the present.
21-year-old Garza Santiago is thinking through her take on this theme.
So I was thinking like funeral-esque, including original characters, and so in the novel that I'm writing, it kind of toes the line between grief and imagination versus psychosis in the form of like ghosts.
Meanwhile, Declan Graham found inspiration in a poster for La Dolce Vita.
I'm thinking like a frantic 1960s movie set, a very driven director, and then a bunch of people who can't understand all his references and his like desires for this whack movie.
The intensive, the comic making part of it gives you more of a concentrated version of why I come to Little Fish. It's like you get to work on art and be surrounded by people who are working on art, but in 3 days. And then you get to go to Comic-Con, which is amazing.
Santiago is participating in the Artist Intensive for the first time.
I'm very excited to have my art critique, but I think I'm sensitive as an artist, so I think I'm just going to have to build a tough skin when it comes to artist critique.
Soraya Cornejo is doing the program for the 3rd time.
I had done it 2 years before. Both times I had my work looked at and critiqued by Joe Phillips. It really impacted me, you know. It was really good critique that I totally understood and I'm trying to put into my work now.
Kate Balo is currently at BYU, but returned to San Diego just to enroll in the program again because of how it helped her take feedback.
It was easier to take critique, and it was easier to focus on not on oh, I'm a bad artist, I failed, and instead to look at, oh, I can improve this. He thinks that I'm really good at this, but this needs more work. I think it's made me more professional in just the way that I handle my art.
Nunez is proud of the growth he sees in his students.
And they've generally done really good about not making excuses in terms of, I was really tired, I was in a hurry. All of that could be true. You could have lost your work and you did it last night. But if you are showing it to a professional, just put all that away and just listen to what they say and you're going to get good advice. But I think they're inspired by the atmosphere of Comic-Con and seeing all these professionals around them.
For Balo, the experience changed how she views Comic-Con itself.
I remember last year, there's a time when I was just walking around the area just by myself, and I just stopped and I was like, oh my gosh, everything here was made by somebody, and they all put so much effort and time into it to even just come and set up these booths, and then everyone here is here to appreciate that. I don't know, it was something that never really clicked with me until that point, and it was so inspirational, I guess. It makes me want to be able to create that kind of feeling someday, you know, to be one of those people putting up the posters, or to just keep coming as a fan to enjoy it.
The program also gives a clear-eyed look at what it takes to make a comic.
The mystique and kind of the false impression that a finished comic page just materializes perfect in a store is erased. They know that it's work, erase, fix, white out, correct, cry, labor, and then hopefully you arrive at something good.
And there's no better place to find out just how good you are than at Comic-Con. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
And Beth Accomando is joining us now. That was a great story, Beth. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So you tell us that there is actually opportunity that's created with this Little Fish program. Tell us more.
Sure. So Comic-Con has what's called portfolio reviews. This is an opportunity to actually conduct business at Comic-Con. And for these young artists, there is an opportunity for them to have their work looked at by professionals. And this can help them just in the immediate future of just becoming better artists, or if they're good enough now or they've got enough work done, it could lead to work with an editor or with a publisher. So there's a great opportunity there.
Now, Most people here in San Diego know that you are the Comic-Con expert, and that's why we brought you here. So tell us, what panels are you most looking forward to?
Oh, this is such a struggle because there's something like over 1,000 hours of programming. I think I marked 275 that I want to go to, which I'll never make.
Wow, okay.
But I do like to highlight panels that have local creators, and one of those is Chris Ryle.
Okay.
And he has a panel this year on Saturday at 5 o'clock called Dread the Hall H, and I got a chance to talk to him about what that panel will entail.
This is my 28th consecutive Comic-Con in San Diego, so I kind of just distilled all the different stories that I've compiled or the things that have happened to me, experiences over the years, into a comic that is all Comic-Con horror stories. But it's not dark in that way. It's kind of celebratory of all things Comic-Con culture, but with a darker slant to it. So we kind of took real-world experiences, heightened them to a crazy degree, and so, like I say, it's a fun, goofy, somewhat dark celebration of everything that surrounds us this weekend. So we did a badge that is a Dread the Hall H badge and lanyard, and so we're giving those out to everybody that attends the panel.
So it's this badge.
Okay.
But there will also be another local creator on, that is Keithan Jones. He's also the founder of Black Comics Day, and he will be doing another edition of this Dread the Hall H.
I'm not going to get into spoilers, but let's say it involves Santa Claus and probably an adventure you haven't seen him in before. But it's horror related, and that's all I'm going to tell you. But it is coming out this winter, and I am the artist, colorist, and inker of the project.
And co-plotter. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, so we collaborated on the story.
I will say it originally was inspired by my love of this goofy old movie called Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and it's kind of turning that story on its head. And just what Keithan did with it, with the art and the colors, is gorgeous and fun and playful, and like I can't wait till people see it.
That's very cool. Now, for anyone who has been living under a rock, there's big news out of Hall H this year. Quite the debut, actually. Tell us about that.
Sure. So George Lucas, creator of Star Wars, is making his first ever appearance here at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, it's a first for him, but not a first for Star Wars. There was a panel back, I don't even know if you call it a panel, but it was back in 1976 when the convention was still very young. They had a tiny table. They gave out some posters, which now I believe sell for like $30,000. And since then, Star Wars has had a presence here at Comic-Con in various ways, either on the exhibit floor or on panels in Hall H. But I can't tell you the level of excitement about George Lucas being here. And to double the excitement, they have Guillermo del Toro. And this makes it a great panel because this is what Comic-Con's about. It's about creators who are geeky fans. And when I interviewed Guillermo del Toro off the floor in 2004, he was collecting DVDs from young filmmakers, swearing he would watch every single one. But I also pulled this clip from the archives about him talking about what Comic-Con was like back then, which is kind of prescient today.
Okay.
I think that it has become more multimedia over the years, and that's perfectly legit because that's what's happening with the business of comic books. They are slowly mutating into more media events. I mean, I think that sadly or not, the publishing industry is in real trouble, and one of the things putting fresh revenue into the industry is the films and is the TV deals and is the toys, and it's keeping an art form alive.
And do you get kind of energized by interacting with fans like this?
I get both ends. I get energized, and then I come home and collapse on bed.
Thank you so much for bringing all that back to us. But I will not deny our viewers a short conversation about the outfit that you're wearing tonight. Tell us about this.
Well, this is a Japanese tea towel that I had made into a custom corset. And I love Star Wars. Probably for the panel, I'll be wearing my Star Wars dress that's made out of sheets, Star Wars sheets. So that'll be what I wear for George Lucas.
If for nothing else, you got to see the dress, right? So tonight, the Oscars of comics is taking place, the Eisner Awards. Tell us about that.
So these are named after Will Eisner, who is a giant in the comics industry. They are awarded in 32 categories that reflect the diversity and just the breadth of what comics are like today. And if you have a badge, you can attend the event. It starts at 8 o'clock on Friday, and it's just offers a wonderful reading list for you. If you're not here at Comic-Con, you can still find the list of nominees. You can still seek out these books at your comic book stores, even online. And it's just a fabulous opportunity to celebrate the comics industry here at Comic-Con.
I would tell you to go have fun, but I know you already will. Thank you so very much, Beth. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
As we head into tonight, I will be tracking low clouds near the coast. Overnight temperatures will be in the mid-60s, so it'll be a mild start for your early Saturday morning. Overnight lows will be a mix of 50s and 60s primarily, down to 62 tonight for both Oceanside and Camp Pendleton. So overall, a nice start here for your early Saturday morning. Future track radar is showing some cloud coverage here along the coastal areas by about 6, 7, 8 a.m. By 9 a.m., we'll slowly start to see that cloud coverage working its way back offshore. So by midday, we'll see lots of sunshine. Showers and storms here off to the north. The Sierras will see some rainfall, but overall looks like it'll stay dry here as we head throughout your Saturday. Looks like it'll be dry as we head throughout Sunday as well. Some early morning clouds as well, but overall, that's about it. There's those rain chances there across the Sierras we'll be tracking. It's going to be sweltering with high pressure dominating the forecast across the four corners. Temperature-wise, we'll see a mix of 70s and 80s primarily, getting up to 74 for Oceanside, 73 downtown San Diego. As we head into Sunday, very dry, pretty mild conditions here across the California coastal areas, especially with that heat still continuing off to the west. For that extended forecast here, your coast 5-day outlook, we'll see sunny skies, highs in the 70s, beautiful weather here as we head throughout the next couple of days. Overnight lows are primarily going to be in the 60s. We'll see a little bit of a dip into the upper 50s possible in the early parts of next week, but overall, lots of sunshine here along the coastal areas as we head throughout the next 5 days. Inland forecast, we'll see temperatures in the 70s for Saturday, but then after that, temperatures are really going to start to ramp up. We'll see the mid-80s by about midweek. Lots of sunshine. Overnight lows in the mid to upper 50s. Across the mountains, we'll see afternoon highs in the 60s for Saturday. And then here comes the warm-up. We'll see 70s for the weekend, 80s here as we head into the middle parts of next week. And then across the desert, we'll see temperatures well into the triple digits, possibly even around 110 by the middle to late parts of next week, with overnight lows in the mid to upper 70s.
And the weather downtown feels a lot cooler than it did during last year's Comic-Con, which is a relief to all of us out here. So let's get another check on local headlines. KPBS reporter John Carroll joins us now from the KPBS studio. John?
Maya, thanks. Mayor Todd Gloria is calling for more transparency in immigration enforcement in the city of San Diego. He signed an executive order Wednesday directing his staff to clarify identification requirements for federal law enforcement officers and to provide information on ICE operations in the city. That includes locations, dates, arrests, and the use of masks.
If ICE agents or anybody calls for emergency assistance, we will respond just like we will for anybody.
Is there any chance that you would reconsider those policies and procedures?
If there was a need to, I'm pretty sure it would be under evaluation.
The mayor's order does not ask SDPD to stop providing emergency assistance to federal agents. This year's San Diego Pride was one for the record books. Organizers say it shattered expectations. More than 31,000 tickets to the festival were sold this year, marking a 30% increase over last year's festival. It's also the highest ticket revenue in the event's history. As always, you can find more local news online at kpbs.org. In the KPBS studio, I'm John Carroll.
I'm Jeff Bennett. Tonight on the NewsHour, the potential implications of President Trump's push to get homeless people off the streets. That's at 7 after Evening Edition on KPBS.
And back out here live at the new Children's Museum downtown, we are taking another look at the Comic-Con crowds outside the convention center. The streets are full of characters, superheroes, and supervillains alike. And cosplaying is a big part of the event, whether you're attending the convention in costume or just snapping pictures of your favorite caped crusaders. KPBS video journalist Matthew Bowler talked to one cosplayer about what portraying Spidey means to him.
My name is Nicholas Pryor. I'm currently cosplaying as Miles Morales 2020. You know, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Why do I cosplay? Well, for me, cosplaying is embracing my inner child. being able to express yourself, express your feelings without fear of judgment. It feels like everyone is carrying the weight of the world now. If you turn on the news, if you turn on the TV, turn on the radio, it's all negativity and dour and depressing and sadness of death and hunger and pain. But cosplay, it takes me to a different place. It takes me to another world. When I put on this mask, I stop being me. That's right. That's a perfect one. Me too. I get to be that superhero that my little kid self would love to see. They don't see American man, they don't see black man, they see Spider-Man. And that makes them light up more than anything. So that interaction right there can help change their perspective and make them more receptive to positivity and empathy, and helps them grow to be a more well-rounded and more caring individual through cosplay.
So much passion, and that story was produced by Matthew Bowler. We have a special section dedicated to all things Comic-Con on kpbs.org. You'll find the latest from our reporters, announcements from the convention, daily schedules, and answers to frequently asked questions. And be sure to follow KPBS on Instagram for pictures and videos throughout the weekend. We would like to thank the New Children's Museum for providing this space near the convention center for our Comic-Con coverage. It's been wonderful. And thank you for joining us for this special evening edition live from downtown. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Have a super weekend and happy con.
Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 40 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit BillHowe.com. And by the Conrad Previs Foundation, Darlene Marco Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.